யூஸ் பண்றோம். ஆனா அதுல ஒரு பெரிய பிரச்சனை இருக்கு, கவனிச்சிருக்கீங்களா? உங்க சாட்பாட் தனியா வேலை செய்யுது. உங்க சேல்ஸ் டீம் யூஸ் பண்ற சிஆர்எம்க்கு சப்போர்ட் டீம் என்ன பண்ணுதுன்னே தெரியாது. இது எல்லாமே தனித்தனி தீவுகள் மாதிரி. இப்போ கேள்வி என்னன்னா, இந்த தனித்தனி தீவுகள் எல்லாம் ஒன்னா இணைச்சு ஒரு பெரிய கண்டமா மாத்த முடியுமா? வாங்க, இன்னைக்கு ஸ்டூடியாய் ஒன்ன பத்தி பார்த்து இந்த கேள்விக்கான பதில தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம்.
ஏஐ நமக்கு என்னென்னவோ ப்ராமிஸ் பண்ணுச்சு. எல்லா வேலையும் ஆட்டோமேட் ஆகிடும், பிசினஸ்ல சூப்பரா வளர்ச்சி இருக்கும்னு சொன்னாங்க. ஆனா நிஜத்துல பாத்தீங்கன்னா பல கம்பெனிங்க ஒன்னோட ஒண்ணு தொடர்பே இல்லாத சிஸ்டம்ஸ்ல மாட்டிக்கிட்டு ரொம்பவே கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. அது என்ன மாதிரியான கஷ்டம்னு இப்ப பார்க்கலாம்.
இதுதான் அசல் பிரச்சனை. நீங்க யூஸ் பண்ற டெக் டூல்ஸ் ஒன்னோட ஒண்ணு பேசிக்கிறதே இல்ல. உங்க சாட்பாட், ஹெல்ப் டெஸ்க், சிஆர்எம் எல்லாமே தனித்தனி உலகம். ஒரு கஸ்டமர் ஒரு இடத்துல இருந்து இன்னொரு இடத்துக்கு போகும்போது மறுபடியும் முதல்ல இருந்து பேச வேண்டியிருக்கு. இதனால கஸ்டமரோட பொறுமையும் போகுது, உங்களுக்கும் சரியான தகவல் கிடைக்கிறது இல்ல. சோ இதனால என்ன நஷ்டம்? உங்களுக்கு தெரியாமலே நீங்க கஸ்டமர்ஸை இழந்துட்டு இருக்கீங்க. ஒருத்தர் ஆர்வமா வராரு, ஒரு கேள்வி கேட்கிறாரு, ஆனா பதில் வர லேட் ஆகுது. அவ்வளவுதான், அவர் அடுத்த ஆப்ஷனை தேடி போயிடுவாரு. கடைசியில என்ன ஆகுது? லீடும் போச்சு, ஃபாலோ அப்பும் போச்சு, வருமானமும் காலி.
ஏன்னா இன்னைக்கு பிசினஸ்ல ஸ்பீடு தாங்க ராஜா. கஸ்டமர்ஸ்க்கு நொடியில பதில் வேணும். ஆனா இந்த மாதிரி தனித்தனியா இருக்கிற டூல்ஸ் வச்சுக்கிட்டு அந்த ஸ்பீட கொடுக்கவே முடியாது. சரி, மனுஷங்களால முடியுமானா அதுவும் முடியாது. இதுக்கு ஒரு தீர்வே இல்லையான்னு தோணும்.
அப்போ இதுக்கு என்னதான் தீர்வு? இந்த மாதிரி துண்டு துண்டா இருக்கிற ஏஐயை விட்டுட்டு ஒரு புது வழியை யோசிக்கணும். இங்கதான் ஸ்டூடியோ ஒன் உள்ள வருது. இது எல்லாமே ஒரே தளத்துல ஒன்னோட ஒண்ணு கனெக்ட் ஆகி வேலை செய்யற ஒரு புது சிஸ்டம்.
இந்த சிஸ்டத்தோட இதயம் இல்லனா மூளைன்னு சொல்லலாம், அதுதான் ஓரின். இத உங்க கம்பெனியோட காமன் பிரெயின்னு கற்பனை பண்ணிக்கோங்க. இந்த ஒரு மூளை தான் எல்லா டூல்ஸ்க்கும் சக்தி கொடுக்குது. இதனால எல்லா டூல்ஸும் ஒரே மாதிரி யோசிக்கும், ஒன்னா கத்துக்கும்.
இது ஏன் ஒரு பெரிய விஷயம்னு சொல்றேன்னா, GPT-4 மாதிரி ஏஐ மாடல்ஸ் இன்னைக்கு வரும், நாளைக்கு போகும். ஆனா ஓரன் அப்படி இல்ல. அது உங்க பிசினஸோட நிரந்தரமான அறிவு. மாடல்ஸ் மாறினாலும் உங்க நாலேஜ் அப்படியே இருக்கும். இப்ப பாருங்க, இதுதான் அந்த முழு சிஸ்டம். சென்ட்ரல்ல ஓரின் என்ஜின் இருக்கு. அத சுத்தி ஜீனி, கிரியேட்டர், கெரியர், லூப், சிஆர்எம் இப்படி எல்லா ப்ராடக்ட்ஸும் கனெக்ட் ஆயிருக்கு. முக்கியமா இதுங்க எதுவுமே தனியா வேலை செய்யல. நடக்கிற ஒவ்வொரு விஷயமும் மொத்த சிஸ்டத்தையும் இன்னும் ஸ்மார்ட் ஆகுது. சரி, இப்போ இதுல இருக்க முக்கியமான ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ பத்தி கொஞ்சம் பார்க்கலாம். நல்ல ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க, இதெல்லாம் வெறும் டூல்ஸ் கிடையாது. உங்க பிசினஸ தானா இயக்குற ஏஜென்ட்ஸ், உங்க பிசினஸோட பேக்போன் மாதிரி.
முதல்ல StudAI BOS, அதாவது பிசினஸ் ஆபரேட்டிங் சிஸ்டம். இது உங்க கம்பெனியோட டிஜிட்டல் ஹெட் ஆஃபீஸ்னு நினைச்சுக்கோங்க. 10 விதமான சாஃப்ட்வேர் யூஸ் பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா BOS ஒன்னு போதும், எல்லாம் ஒரே இடத்துல. சேல்ஸ், சிஆர்எம், ஃபைனான்ஸ், HR, ஆபரேஷன்ஸ்னு உங்க பிசினஸ்ல இருக்கிற எல்லா டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டும் இதுக்குள்ள வந்துரும். நான் முன்னாடியே சொன்ன மாதிரி இது வெறும் டூல்ஸ் கலெக்ஷன் இல்ல, உங்க பிசினஸ ரன் பண்ற ஒரு முழுமையான ஆபரேட்டிங் சிஸ்டம்.
அடுத்து நம்ம பார்க்க போறது ஜீனி. இது உங்க கஸ்டமர்ஸ் கூட பேசுற ஒரு ஸ்மார்ட் சிஸ்டம். இதோட ஸ்பெஷாலிட்டியே என்னன்னா, இதுக்கு மறதி கிடையாது. ஒரு கஸ்டமர் கிட்ட என்ன பேசணுமோ அத அப்படியே ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கும். ஏன்னா இது ஓரினோட கனெக்ட் ஆயிருக்கிறதால கான்வர்சேஷன் எங்கேயும் கட் ஆகாது, அப்படியே கண்டினியூ ஆகும். அடுத்து லூப். இது ஒரு சாதாரண LMS, அதாவது லேர்னிங் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் சிஸ்டம் கிடையாது. இத ஒரு AI கோர்ஸ் ஃபேக்டரினே சொல்லலாம். ஏன்னா இது AI வச்சு ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கும் ஏத்த மாதிரி பர்சனலைஸ்ட் கோர்ஸ்களை நோட்டில உருவாக்கிடும். எஜுகேஷன், கார்ப்பரேட் ட்ரைனிங்னு எல்லாத்தையும் மாத்தி அமைக்க போகுது. அதே மாதிரி கிரியேட்டர், கெரியர்னு 2 பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ஸ் இருக்கு. கிரியேட்டர் உங்களுக்காக கண்டென்ட் உருவாக்கும். சோஷியல் மீடியா போஸ்ட்ல இருந்து பிளாக் வரைக்கும் எல்லாமே ஆட்டோமேட் பண்ணிடும். கெரியர் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் ஒரு ஸ்மார்ட் ரெக்ரூட்டர் மாதிரி உங்க கம்பெனிக்கு சரியான ஆளை தேடி பிடிக்கும். இது ரெண்டுமே ஓரின் பவரோட தான் இயங்குது. சரி, இவ்ளோ நேரம் ஃபீச்சர்ஸ் பத்தி பேசணும். இதனால உண்மையில என்ன இம்பாக்ட் இருக்கு? முக்கியமா இது இந்தியன் பிசினஸ்க்காகவே உருவாக்கப்பட்டது. அதனால இங்க இது கொடுக்கிற ரிசல்ட்ஸ் ரொம்பவே பவர்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கு.
65%. இது சும்மா ஒரு நம்பர் இல்ல. கஸ்டமர் சப்போர்ட்ல மனுஷங்க தலையீடே இல்லாம 65% பிரச்சனைகளை இதுவே ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா சால்வ் பண்ணிடுது. அப்போ உங்க டீம் முக்கியமான வேலையில கவனம் செலுத்தலாம் இல்லையா?
30 செகண்ட்ஸ். இதுதான் ஒரு கஸ்டமருக்கு பதில் கிடைக்க எடுத்துக்கிற சராசரி நேரம். ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? ஸ்பீடு தான் வருமானத்தை தீர்மானிக்கும்னு சொன்னேன். இதுதான் அந்த ஸ்பீட்.
18 லட்சம் ரூபாய் இந்த சிஸ்டத்தை யூஸ் பண்ற பிசினஸ்க்கு வருஷத்துக்கு சராசரியா இவ்ளோ மிச்சமாகுது. இந்த பணத்தை வச்சு அவங்க எவ்ளோ வளர்ச்சி அடைய முடியும்னு யோசிச்சு பாருங்க.
இந்த நம்பர்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஒரு பக்கம் இருக்கட்டும்.
இது யூஸ் பண்ற ஒரு பெரிய இடெக் கம்பெனியோட சப்போர்ட் ஹெட் என்ன சொல்றாருன்னு கேளுங்க. எங்களுக்கு 65% ஆட்டோமேஷன் கிடைச்சது. ஆனா தேவைப்படுற இடத்துல ஹியூமன் டச் மிஸ் ஆகவே இல்ல. StudAI ஜீனி எங்களோட கஸ்டமர் சப்போர்ட்டையே மாத்திடுச்சு.
கடைசியில நம்ம முன்னாடி ரெண்டே வழிதான் இருக்கு. ஒரு பக்கம் குழப்பம், தனித்தனி டூல்ஸ், சிதறி கிடக்கிற டேட்டா, ஒரு எஃபிஷியன்சியே இல்லாத வேலை. இன்னொரு பக்கம் தெளிவு, StudAI ஒன்னோட ஒருங்கிணைந்த சிஸ்டம். எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரே நாலேஜ், முழுமையான கண்ட்ரோல். நீங்க எதை செலக்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க?
ஸ்டூடியோ ஒன்ல அப்படி என்ன ஸ்பெஷல்? இது இந்தியால இந்தியர்களுக்காக உருவாக்கப்பட்டது. அதனால உங்க டேட்டா இந்தியாலேயே சேஃபா இருக்கும். 12க்கும் மேல இந்திய மொழிகளை சப்போர்ட் பண்ணும். முக்கியமா நம்ம ஜிஎஸ்டி, ஆர்பிஐ சட்ட திட்டங்களுக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி இத உருவாக்கியிருக்காங்க. நாம இந்த பகுதியோட முடிவுக்கு வர்றோம். ஆனா ஒரு விஷயத்த புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். StudAI ஒன்னுங்கிறது இன்னைக்கு இருக்கிற பிரச்சனைகளை சரி பண்றது மட்டும் இல்ல. இது நாளைக்கு தேவைப்படுற ஆட்டோமேட்டட் சிஸ்டம்ஸ உருவாக்குற ஒரு முயற்சி. ஒரு நிமிஷம் யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. உங்க பிசினஸ் அதுவாவே யோசிக்க ஆரம்பிச்சா எப்படி இருக்கும்? கஸ்டமருக்கு என்ன வேணும்னு முன்னாடியே தெரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு, மார்க்கெட் மாற்றத்துக்கு ஏத்த மாதிரி தன்னைத்தானே மாத்திக்கிட்டு, மனுஷங்க உதவி இல்லாமலே வளர்ந்தா எப்படி இருக்கும்? இதுதான் ஸ்டூடியோ ஒன் டெக்னாலஜியோட அல்டிமேட் கோல்.
StudAI ஒன் இது வெறும் டூல்ஸோட கலெக்ஷன் இல்ல. இது இந்தியாவோட ஒருங்கிணைந்த AI
You know, in a world that's just swimming in data, the real challenge isn't getting more of it. It's about making it intelligent. Businesses everywhere are right on the edge of a massive revolution, but they're being held back by one simple thing. Their tools just don't talk to each other. So today, we're going to take a look at StudAI One, a platform that wasn't just built to be part of the AI era, it was built to define it, with one single unified ecosystem.
This quote right here, it just nails the biggest problem in modern business. We have all this incredible AI, but it's all stuck in its own little bubble. Your chatbot has no idea what your CRM knows. Your help desk basically has amnesia with every new ticket. And this digital mess, this fragmentation, it isn't just inefficient. It's the main thing holding back real growth.
So, let's really dig into this problem, because this is way more than just a little inconvenience. It's a quiet, constant drain on what a company could be achieving.
Okay, look at this. This shows you exactly how it happens. It's like a silent killer of growth. A potential customer lands on your site, they're interested, they're ready to go, they ask a question, and that's the make or break moment. But nothing, no instant answer. And just like that, poof, they're gone. The result is always the same, and it's always costly. No lead, no follow-up, and just lost revenue. It's this slow, quiet leak that can completely drain a company's potential.
And that brings us to a fundamental truth of business today. Speed is everything. It's not just a nice feature anymore. It's literally the currency of revenue. Customers expect answers now. And the problem is, well, it's a matter of pure logistics. A human team, no matter how amazing they are, simply can't scale to provide that 24/7 instant response that people demand.
And this whole fragmentation problem goes way beyond just that first contact. Think about it. Your CRM has the customer's purchase history. Your help desk has all their support tickets. But your chatbot? It's operating completely in the dark, blind to all of that. So every time a customer reaches out, they're forced to start from scratch, explaining who they are all over again. It's incredibly inefficient for you and honestly deeply frustrating for them. But what if you could just shatter all those silos? This is where a totally new, unified vision starts to take shape. And this is where we get to introduce the solution, StudAI One. This question completely changes the game. It asks us to stop thinking about AI as a bunch of separate, clunky tools and start imagining a single, smart engine that powers everything, from sales and support all the way to finance and HR. And this visualizes that idea perfectly. See, right at the center, you have one core engine, one single source of truth, and it fuels every single application in the ecosystem. An insight from a support chat could suddenly improve your sales strategy. Data from HR could help optimize your operations. That, right there, is what unified intelligence actually means.
So let's quickly break down this ecosystem. It all starts with Genie, which is the AI brain for all your chat, automation, and voice needs. Then you've got BOS, which is the unified business operating system for your CRM, finance, and HR. Loop is like an AI-powered factory for creating training courses. Creator becomes your own autonomous content and social media team. And Career is a really cool dual-sided platform for smarter hiring. It's the whole package, and it's all powered by that same shared intelligence.
Okay, having a great vision is one thing, but results? That's what really matters. So let's look at the actual, real-world impact. The tangible results this unified approach is getting for businesses right now.
First up, efficiency. 65%. That's the average number of customer questions their clients can now completely automate. Think about that. It frees up their human experts to focus on the stuff that really needs a human touch.
And that efficiency, well, it translates directly into real money. For their clients in India, we're talking about an average annual savings of 18 lakh rupees. That is a powerful and very real return on investment that just proves the financial impact of having a unified AI.
And finally, we come back to speed. The platform delivers an average response time of just 30 seconds, and it does it 24 hours a day.
Zoom out for a second, because beyond the incredible tech, there's a much bigger mission here, and that's to reshape is something you use. An autonomous system is something that works for you. This isn't about selling software licenses. It's about building the fundamental infrastructure for the next generation of business.
What makes this so compelling, though, is the India-first approach. This isn't some global platform that they just put an Indian skin on. Nope. It was engineered from the ground up in Chennai for India. That means it has native support for over 12 Indian languages, your data stays in India for security, and it has solutions that are literally tailor-made for the Indian regulatory landscape, like RBI compliance. That's a massive differentiator.
And that really brings us to the final question, which is a challenge for every business leader out there. Now that you've seen the hidden costs of fragmentation and the incredible power of unification, the question is actually pretty simple. Are you ready to unify your AI?
This final slide says it all. It's about moving away from all those broken, fragmented pieces and toward one cohesive, intelligent whole. A future where your business intelligence is no longer scattered, but is finally and powerfully unified.
Hello everyone. So if my screen is visible, please thumbs up so I can understand that. Okay. Thank you so much. So we will see the first demo and then we start what we're going to do. Okay. Okay, so this just happened. One sentence from me, no instructions after that. The system planned its own steps, ran 3 tools by itself, and read its own output, decide it was not good enough. Tried again. Okay, so it's tried again and delivered a submission draft. So this is not something like a chat GPT. So it's an autonomous AI agent. And today, all of you are going to understand every single line, like how it works, so how the autonomous agents works. Okay, so quick intro. This is Paul Jeevanesan, founder of StudAI One. So we are the people behind this, and we are doing something different today. This is not something like a normal workshop where you take notes and go home. Before the session ends, you will have a running agent on your own laptop. Okay, so before we start into this session, so I just ask everyone to get pen and paper only to take notes for your references and attend this session through mobile and take your laptop ready for hands-on. Okay, so once you guys are ready, please make thumbs up. Then we start our session. So this is our promise that you guys going to build one new product with the help of AI, which can think, which can do action, which can adopt, and which can update themselves. Okay, so once everything ready, we can start. Okay, I saw multiple thumbs ups. Okay, great. Okay, so I start sharing the slides. Okay, so what we going to do in this session in next 2 hours? Okay, so everyone know English, right? So anyone who didn't know English, or is my voice is audible? Okay, okay, great, super, excellent. Okay, I showed. So if you see the slides, just let me know by auth or send the auths. If you see the slide, just okay. So this is StudAI LaunchPad built for first autonomous AI agents in next 2 hours. So look at this slide. So okay, so we go next slide. Okay, so these are the 15 concepts we're going to learn in next 2 hours. So you may think like, Anna, 15 concepts in 2 hours are like how we can teach and how we can learn, right? So we going in depth on every single one. I'm going to give you the mental model for each one. Okay, so once you get the mental model, the code makes sense automatically. Okay, and look at the right side here. Clone, run, and customize a real autonomous agent before the session ends. So this is not something like a marketing line. So that's literally the plan you are going to run the actual code today, not watch me run it likewise. So you guys going to launch a app by yourself. Okay. Okay, great. So I need to know who is in the workshop. Okay, so let me do a quick 3-level check. So if I ask 3 questions. Okay, so understand all the 3 questions and type which level you are in. Okay, so if you are never written any single line of Python code before, if you are like that, you just command 1. Or if you write code before, but you didn't use any APIs, okay, so you just write one code for a college project, but you didn't use any APIs for that, then you just put a type 2 in command. Or if you use APIs or build something before, something using AI before. So if you are like that experienced person, please command type 3. Okay, so I will understand. Okay, so you use question and answer, I think so. So why can't you use chat? So use chat, I think. So then we use this Q&A in better way. Okay, okay, great. So most people are type 2 and type 1. Okay, okay. So if you are type 1, you will use Copilot to write the code, okay, for this assignment. Or if you are level 2, you will understand every file, like what are the files we are going to create. And level 3, you may be extended into within an hour, but everyone will attain the same destination but through different starting points. Okay, so let's move into the concept. So first, what are the things we're going to explore? So first, LLM, prompting, prompt files, vibe coding, Markdown, chatbot, agent, autonomous agents, tool, scheduling, MCP scales, instruction, hooks, custom agents. After this, we're going to create one agent. If you guys have created that agent and posted to our form, then only you will receive the certificate. Okay, so this is the simple concept. So we will complete this type of exploration within an hour. So after an hour, we can create the database. Okay. Okay. So we move to the next slide. What happened in the demo, which I saw in first thing. So let me break down into five steps. Okay. So step 1. So step 1 is, I think, like step 1 is think. Okay, so it read my goal and understand what needs to be done. Okay, something like a surgeon reading a patient file before touching anything. So once you go into hospital, so surgeon first read your case file, like what is the history, okay, you have. So until step 2, what it done. Okay, so it decides its own steps. It didn't say something like first do research, then score it, then write the brief, likewise. So it figure out itself uh, example. Okay, Zomato, nowadays Zomato out the Zomato biryani. Okay, so if, for example, if you want biryani, it directly picks the restaurant, it directly route, and it directly timing. Then we understand, like, okay, so within 30 minutes we get this biryani from this restaurant. So it will automatically plan and execute the things. Okay, so the third thing is execute. Okay, so while we need to execute, we need the tools, okay, with the access. So in that demo, it actually ran 3 tools in sequence called real functions, got real outputs, like a delivery rider who actually picks up that order and deliver, not just a plans to do. Okay, so and then review. So these are the fourth stage, which is more important stage while we create the autonomous agents. Okay, so the fourth stage is, this is a big one, this code in own output. Okay, so it didn't create output like what we are creating. So it create output for what they are creating. So it said 5 out of 10, not good enough. Okay, so it decided to retry by itself. No one told it to retry like a QC inspector at a factory who rejects a product before it ships. Like, so that is what the review things are doing. So it will help us to mark the output. Okay, so out of 10, it could be at least 7. Okay, so in update, so it carries the feedback from the failed review in the next loop, not a random retry. So in the next loop, the specific directed input, something like everyone using GPS in Google Map, right? So like GPS route writing is not something like try again. It the traffic's on the road, they take the highway instant. Okay, so likewise it will work. So what we mentioned at the bottom, so this is not a ChatGPT, this is an autonomous AI agent. So this is a core idea. ChatGPT answer only what question you will ask and wait for the answer, and this thing pursues a goal until it's done. Okay, that is the difference. And everything we teach today is explaining what the difference and how the difference works in the code. So the code are same, but we create something different. Okay, so the difference is what we're going to learn. Okay, so before creating that, I will start one poll. Okay, so how many of you use ChatGPT or Claude or any AI before? So actually, you will see the poll right now. So you just attend the polls. Okay. Okay, so many people never used one. Okay, so I don't know like which one you guys are using. Okay. So many people use it in daily in part of my work. Okay, great. Okay, so uh, in this curious, I will ask another question. The question is, how many of you actually build something with AI? Okay, not just ask something like in ChatGPT. You guys, anything built through AI? Okay, anyone built anything through AI with the help of AI? Anything, Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini or anything? Okay, so most answers would be yes, I will build something that actually running. Oh, great. So that is the result, something we are expecting, right? Okay. Okay, so we do one thing. So every slides we change, I ask few polls. Okay, so the polls will be help for me, like how much you guys are attentive. Okay, so for this, we create something new poll based on your understanding. Okay, like you guys are using ChatGPT and using the ChatGPT, you create something good, build something good. So we need to know how does ChatGPT actually works. So that is a basic thing we need to know. So before I start into the slide, I will ask you like how you guys think like how LLM will work. Okay. Okay, I didn't ask ChatGPT, I didn't ask Gemini. I randomly asked like how the LLM work, the large language model, how the large language model works. Okay, so many answers or predicts the most likely next token based on training data. Exactly. Okay, exactly. Token prediction, that's it. So everything else is a myth. Okay, so searching the internet for answer is somewhat correct, but it does not look things up. So it predicts, and because it predicts across all of human knowledge during training. Okay, in training, they learn the patterns, like how the technology and the intelligence look like. So that is the foundation for LLM we are working with. So let's go deeper. Okay, so this is LLM. What is large language model? Okay, okay. So look at the three dials on the slide. So the temperature, max token, and a system versus user message. So anyone know like what is temperature, max token, and system versus user message? You get raise thumbs up if you know. You guys raise thumbs up. Like what the temperature is and the max token is, system is. Okay, only one. Okay, great, great, great. So I will explain you. Please take this as a note. Okay, so first temperature. Okay, so in every LLMs, there is a option called temperature. So temperature is something like all the way down to 0.2 till 0.9 or 1. Okay, so this is the temperature ratio 0.1 to 0.9. Okay, okay. So 0.2 means super consistent, predictable, always gives the same type of output for the same input. Okay, so if we give something like this is the instruction, you need to follow this instruction only. So if that is the case, you need to set the temperature as much as low. Okay, so but if you need something more creativity or more surprising or more brilliant answer or something very random answer, for that you can give up to 0.9, 0.8 or 1. Okay, so the temperature is something like which use case you guys going to use. For example, if currently we going to use or create agents. Okay, for agents we always use low temperature. Why? Because our code needs to paste the output. Okay, we need something, the output which should be same format. Okay, so if the temperature is high, the model adds weird text before the JSON. Okay, so our JSON loads crashes, then game over. Okay, so this is the concept. And max token. So max token is the costing factor what your agents will take. Okay, long max token, which means long response, short max tokens, short tokens, which means short response. Okay, so for example, if we use planning something or like to create any movement, we use short tokens itself for a agent. Or if you need any big paragraph or a big essay writing or brief writer, so then you use something like a 600 to 2000 the tokens. Okay, so these are about tokens, and the system versus user is most important one. So system is greater than user. Okay, so here we mentioned system is greater than user. So your system message is permanent. It runs before every single conversation, or it's something like an instruction or something like that. So it defines who is agent, who is the agent is. Let me show you how powerful is this. Okay, so I will share you this screen. Okay, entire screen. I hope my screen is visible, right? Okay, I hope my screen is visible. Okay, I just copy this. Okay, I just go to the playground of Grok. Okay, so in the Grok, I will just type, should I build a startup? Okay, a simple question. Should I build a startup? Okay, so I just click, where is that? Submit button. Okay, here the submit button is. So it loads. I will get answer. Okay, so I get a error. Okay, so I go to the and type this. Or else I will change the production. Okay, so short answer, there is no fit. So I get one answer. Okay, so it gives the idea and the team about the resources is something like a generic. Okay, so it's very generic. Like, should I build a startup? I ask, should I build a startup? So it will give some answer. But if I add some system message, okay, like, okay, you are a brutal VC venture capitalist who only backs 1000x, okay, 1000x ideas, be harsh and specific. Okay, max 3 sentence only. So I just created the system message. So, and then do the same thing. So I get the answer in 4 lines or 5 lines. So the answer is, if your idea is not clear, divisible, plain, less than 1 billion market, you are with a proven team. So here what I get is, I get a precise answer than before. Okay, both same CR, like same LLM, same GPT OSS, same 20 data, but the answer is different. Why? Because system or AI will first read the system message. Okay, so before using the LLM, we need to choose like what we going to ask. Okay, so if we ask another question, then the first question will be erased in the LLM. So, but if you added this system instruction, so that will constantly understand like, okay, this project only the AI will answer. Okay. So the same question, completely different output. The system message changed everything. Now imagine your Foundry agent. So everyone here to create one agent in hackathon. So in Foundry agent system says like, you are an autonomous campus help desk agent. You always verify policy before answering. Never guess. Return structured JSON file. So the message runs before every single tool call. That's your product personality. Okay, that is your configuration layer. Okay, so I think we need to ask another questions to you. So the question is, Okay, so you are building an autonomous agent planner that must return JSON every single time. So what temperature should you use? Okay, so I ask the question again. So if you are building an autonomous agent planner that must return JSON every single time, what temperature you use? Okay, so everyone did the answer, but I get the wrong answer in long time. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I will publish. So always low temperature. Okay, so the answer is 0.1 to 0.3. So always low temperature for structured output. So 0.2 is something like sweet spot, but this is not optional. So one random character from high temperature breaks whole JSON loads. Okay, and your demo crashes in front of judges, burns in this temperature. 0.2 is good for planners or reviewers. Okay, so then we move to the slides. Okay, so the slides. So the second is prompting. Okay, so we understand the LLM. So after the LLM, what everyone going to use is prompting. Okay, so this is the language we use uh, to talk with them. Okay. Okay, great. So prompt looks like a staircase, the 4 levels, 1, 2, 3, 4. The level 1 is basic chat and level 2 is instructor. Level 3 is output, structured output, and level 4 is chain. So I will ask you something like this. Shall I go fast in these basic concepts or shall I go slow itself? If I go fast, thumbs up. If I go slow, give out. So which one are you going to do? Shall I go fast or go slow? Okay. Okay, great. So I will go somewhat fast. Okay, not much, somewhat. So the thing is, in prompting, so everyone use ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or anything. So the level 1 is what you guys are using. So you guys something like, what is the time now? So the AI will tell, okay, the time is this. So you just see the mobile clock like, or something like instructed, like we use system message like. So we ask the prompt like, so tell me the clock timing, but with the output should be like this. Okay, or output should be summarized up to 2 lines or 3 lines. Okay, so then you get the structured text better, but still not something useful for a code. Okay, so level 3 and level 4 is what we specifically looking for. Okay, so level 3 is structured output. So this is where agent lives. Okay, return only should be caps. Okay, ONLY should be caps in the prompt. So no explanation. So the return we mentioned like return only valid JSON, no explanation. The output is machine readable. So it's not something like human readable. It should be machine readable. Your code can paste that. Okay, the loop can continue, and the word that makes or breaks that is only. Okay, so the only will tell like your message is good or not. Okay, let me say this clearly because it saves your demo for crashing. Okay, from crashing. So okay, so before we move into this, so I will give you one activity around 60 seconds. So right now everyone just open notebook or a note app or something in laptop and write here level 3 prompt, any prompt. Okay, level 3 prompt, and ask the LLM to analyze a startup idea and return JSON with 3 fields. Okay, so the prompt is ask the LLM to analyze. Okay, this is the prompt, like example prompt. Ask the LLM to analyze a startup idea and return JSON with 3 fields. The field number 1, valuable score. Okay, valuable score 1 to 10, and field number 2 is biggest risk. Okay, that should be string. That should be from string, and 3 is next action. Okay, what should be the next action? So you have 60 seconds. So yeah, you can go. Okay, so after 60 seconds, I ask 1 or 2 people to post the prompt in the chat. Okay, so then we can discuss from that. The 60 seconds starts now. I hope everyone understand like what is the concept. So any brilliant peoples? Okay, so I agree. The thing is, ask the LLM, which means any chatbot. Okay, so ask the LLM to analyze a startup idea, any startup idea, and return JSON format with 3 fields. Field 1 is variable score. Okay, 1 to 10, and the biggest risk. Okay, what the risk available in the startup idea, and next action, what we can do next. Okay, the output should be in JSON file. So you just create the prompt. I said one prompt, right? So likewise, you create one prompt. The prompt only I'm looking for. Okay, so create one prompt and put in one Word file. Okay, so after the end of the session, we give you one form. In that form, you will give that prompt. Okay, you will give that the file. Okay, so prepare that. So here we create one poll also. Okay, so the question is, okay, so your agent executor needs to call tools by name. Which prompt will produce output your Python code can actually use? So I will give you 3 prompts. So 4 prompts, you just choose which prompt is best. Okay, guys, quick fast because there is many topics out there. Still waiting. Quick, 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 quick. Okay, great. So the thing is, only return only valid JSON. Okay, most people are correct. Return only valid JSON. Step int tool str means string and reason will be string. Okay, no explanation needed for this. Okay, so we go to the next concept. Okay, so we understand the prompts, we understand the LLM. So what is prompt files? Okay, so the prompt file, this is something like separates amateur AI projects from professional ones. Okay, look at this slide. 3 files: system prompt.txt, prompt slash, which means within the prompt folder, plan slash prompt.txt, and then examples goodplan.json. Okay, so this is something like prompt we create before we start into any project. Okay, right now I show my repo. Okay, so the repo is okay. So I just created one project. So in this project, I may you guys are see the VS Code, right? So in this VS Code, we create one master prompt. Okay, so because this is something like a small project, so why we created this entire master prompt in a single file. Okay, so the file name is MD. So I will tell that what is the MD in later. So the thing is, we create one prompt entire file, like what we can able to do and what is the concept and what is the file structure. What okay, so I will explain in detail. Okay, so in section, so there are multiple sections in there. So the first section is who is this and why this exists. Okay, so it could be something like what this product is and why this product going to use. And second section is what the product going to do. Okay, and the third section is core teaching principle. Okay, so what this product going to teach? What is the core thing in this product? Okay, so and the fourth thing is technology stack, what we're going to use. And session 5 is complete file structure, like how the AI should create the files. After the file structure, then only it will create the code. Okay, so this could be the instruction before we start into the vibe coding. So everyone know vibe coding, but everyone is not creating the exact or powerful product, right? So this is the instruction we need to follow to create the perfect solution. Okay, so these are the stuffs. And then the key insight of the slide is, okay, where is that slide? Okay. Okay, so the key insight of the slide is even. Okay, so if my slide is visible, okay, I hope my screen is visible now. Okay, so even, so what is why we specifically use prompt now? In either in Foundry teams or either in any teams, not everyone are technical people. Even some people are not technical. So even the non-technical people also improve the agent behavior just editing the file. Okay, the text file without touching the Python code or any JSON or anything, any PHP or any stack. Okay, they just change the prompt file that will change the entire code. Okay, so this is what the prompt file should be. Okay, so I just screenshot the slides. Okay, like how the prompt file should be. Okay, correct. So we'll ask you one question, another question. So the question is, what does adding only agent prompt? Okay, so this is a last slide question only. Okay, great. So the second question for this slide should be, in a professional AI project, where should your agentic prompts should store? So where your prompt should store? Okay, great. In separate .txt or .md files loaded at runtime version and editable. Okay, great. Okay, excellent. Okay, so we go to the favorite topics of everyone, which is vibe coding. Okay, so vibe coding, and I need to be very honest with you about what this actually means, because there is a lot of hype around this in this word. Vibe coding is not mean you say something like vague or magic code appears. So that is not vibe coding. So that wishful thinking. So you guys will think, but that is not a real thing. So the real vibe coding is something like a formula. Look at the slide. So the formula should be precision plus context plus constraint equal to working code on the first try. Okay, so look at the two examples in the prompt. Okay, so left side, make this agent do customer support. So the AI will understand. Okay, so for the customer support, we need to create one agent. Okay, so the AI will do anything. Okay, anything to create something like a customer support, but not exactly what we're looking for. Okay, the precise prompt should be keep a loop.py exactly as it is, and change the three files in agent tools to create ticket classifier.py and kb, something like we give the prompt exactly what we going to change. Okay, so this is what the vibe coding should be. Okay, so the difference is architectural understanding. So we need to understand we don't need we need to know all programming language, but we need to understand the architecture of the code. So you can only write a precise prompt if you know what the architecture is. That that is why we are teaching you the loop. Okay, the tools and the files, not so you can memorize them, but so you can directly copilot precisely. Okay, so I just go through my VS Code right now. So in this VS Code, you will see the Claude.md. So we use this Claude to create this code. So you may use GPT, or you may use the Copilot, GPT, GitHub Copilot, or anything. Okay, so the Cloud.md is something like this is the first file. If the ChatGPT or this white coding tool will be understand. Okay, so okay, so we can use either GitHub Copilot or Cloud Code or Cursor IDE, anything, or anti-gravity or anything. You're going to use at least one of these in the live build session in the next 30 minutes, I think so. So the students who came here tonight and learn the vibe coding properly, they will build the next 10 days what used to take teams of engineers 6 months. Okay, so I will repeat again. What the students who came here tonight and learned the vibe coding properly, they will build the next 10 days what used to take teams of engineers 6 months. So this is not, I didn't exaggerate anything. So this is actually the productivity multiplies. So this is what the companies are using, but the students didn't aware about this. Okay, so this is what you guys going to learn today. Okay, so I will ask you the question the from poll. So the question is, what is the white coding formula? I didn't share the okay. Okay, so I came to know like many people are listening. Okay. Okay, correct. So the option A, precise dot context dot precise plus context plus constraint. Okay. So then we go to the Markdown. So anyone know what is Markdown? What is Markdown? Okay. So Markdown is a language for AI project, not for AI. Markdown is a language for AI project. Okay. So while we create any AI project, okay, so look at this side, look at this slide, 3 files, 3 audience. Okay, so readme.md. How many of you know readme.md? In every GitHub repo, everyone using readme.md, even you. So readme.md is used for humans and developers read this to understand what the project should be. Okay, and Claude.md or system prompts or system instruction, anything .md. So what it could be, it read and understand the AI tools. Okay, AI tools like Copilot and Claude read this first and then create the prompt, create the action. Okay, so and the third thing is .env .example. Okay, so .env .example is something like a secret file where all type of secret okay, so all type of secret systems will placed. Okay, secret codes will be placed. So this is the 3 important file we looking for, we need for, and there is multiple under the things, something like skills, hooks, system instructions, and prompts likewise. But the we use .txt, right? For txt, which means that is a file extension. Likewise, PDF is a file extension. Likewise, MD is a file extension for AI projects, or we use for what is that in the AI project. Okay, so we move to, okay, so I will give you the GitHub link. Okay, I will put the GitHub link in a chat. Okay, so the GitHub link is github.com/StudAI. Okay, so you will directly go through like what I have seen. So this is the Foundry Launchpad we created for you. Okay, I posted in chat. I hope everyone will see this. Okay. Okay, so no link. Okay, so I will post in where we post. Okay, so I will post in Q&A itself. Okay. Everyone received the link? Broadcast to what? Okay, so the link is something like, so you can go through the claude.md. So in the claude.md, you will see, okay, I will share the screen. Okay, so in the claude.md, you will see the 6th section. So there is a prompts. Okay, this is exactly which file to change, which to keep, and what the output should look like. Okay, that is the level of specification. Specificity is what makes vibe coding works. Okay, now look at your own Foundry idea. Could you write a claude.md the precisely for your project? That is your homework for tonight. So no need to do by now itself. So, okay, so we ask another question for you. Okay, the question is, when you open a project in GitHub Copilot, which file does the AI read first to understand the code base? Okay, so not only Cloud.md. So if you use Cloud Code, Cloud.md would be first, or if you use a Copilot, the Copilot instruction should be first. So there is multiple things in a different session. Okay. Okay, so now everyone just see only my screen. Then we can move. Okay, I just opened this. Okay. Okay. So the third thing, okay, chatbot versus agent. So the architecture jump. Okay, so we explained the chatbot versus agent together. Okay, so this slide is everything. So this is the answer what to why those even matter. Okay, so left side is chatbot, no goal precise, no tools, no self-evaluation. Human required at every step. Generate one response and stop. Most AI products you see today including products that raise crores of funds or this. A wrapper around one API call with a nice UI. So I am not mean uh, like that is bad. So it's just a truth. Okay, so right side is a agent, holds goals across steps, called real APIs, reviews its own output, multi-step plans, runs until goal is achieved, and that is what Foundry is asking you to build. Okay, so look at the formula. Okay, at the bottom. So I hope you guys will note all the formulas. So the formula is agent equal to LLM plus memory plus tool plus goals. Okay, so we need to understand the what LLM we're going to use, either ChatGPT, any version, or and what memory. Okay, so what we're going to do in the using the agent. Okay, so that is memory. And the tools, what are the external APIs we're going to attach with the agent? Okay, so that is the ends for the agent and the goals. What is the achievement we're going to do? Okay, so these four things, that's all it is. Okay, so the chatbot only as LLM. You added memory, tools, and goals. So you have an agent. So we are adding those three things in next 45 minutes. Okay. Okay. So okay, so we will create the another poll. Like I need to know like you guys are understanding or not. So that is why this poll are. So okay. So I raise the poll. You ask a chatbot automatically generates a weekly plan performance for your team. What happens? It just said, what is the output? Which one is correct? Okay. So the option C is correct. Okay, so it answers once and wait. So that is the fundamental limitation for anything that needs to run automatically. Needs real actions, needs quality, you need a agent. Chatbot is a great tool, but it's just not the right tool for autonomous works. So we are going here for autonomous things, right? Okay. So we'll do one thing. So everyone, are you listening? Yes. If yes, thumbs up. Everyone, are you listening? Are you listening? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Okay, so we give 30 seconds. Okay, a quick break. Everyone stand up and stretch your you and drink some water. We are going into core concept. Okay, after this we go into core concept, the autonomy loop. So this is the thing you came here. Sit back down, close any distraction, and watch the slides carefully. So that 30 seconds starts now. Just sit or stretch yourself or open your laptop, connect your internet, everything. Ah, wine, okay. Okay, so the 30 seconds will be over, I think so. So the thing is why we coming. Okay, so this is concept number 8. Five-step anatomy loop, the structure that never changes. Okay. So the first thing, autonomous agent, this is a slide. I want to take a photo of, please everyone, please take a snap of this. So this is the architecture that runs every autonomous agent, in every domain, in every scale, in every 5-step loop. Think, plan, execute, review, and update. And look at the center. The loop never change. Okay, but the tools do. Okay, that is the one root. That is the entire philosophy of the repo and your Foundry project too. So the loop is permanent. The tools are what you change for your domain. Okay, so you can change any tools for your domain. So campus help desk. So for example, if it is campus help desk, different tools, but same loop. If it is invoice processor, so if it is invoice processor means we use different tools for creating invoice, but the loop is same. Okay, it could be think, plan, execute, review, update. Okay, so if it is lead qualifier, okay, for example, if you do anything in a business, so if it is lead qualifier now, it could be in different tools. We connect CRMs, we connect multiple internet things and everything, but the loop is same. Okay, so here the understanding is, and look at the self correction arrow. Okay, so the self correction arrow at the bottom left if failed. Okay. Okay, so that is what makes it autonomous. So think, plan, execute, review, everything will do, but without that arrow, you have a pipeline. With that arrow, you have a agent. Okay, so without the pipeline, it will execute and it will give you output. So if this arrow, if this single arrow will make the pipeline into agent. Okay, so this is the simple thing we are using. Okay, so here in our projects too, there is a loop. Okay, so in the agent, yeah, loop. Okay, so in that loop, we explained in very detailed. So you just go through that GitHub link. So we mentioned the purpose. So why this loop should be, and what the chatbot versus autonomous agent. So what is the difference? And in every prompt, we provide like why we use this. Why didn't we use this? Okay, so in a simple English, so you just see like what and why in every single execution or planning or think everything. Okay, so this is the one line or four line codes only, but the explanation should be I because you guys need to understand why these things are working. Okay, you guys don't need to code, but you guys need to understand. Okay, so that is the concept, and we go to another poll. Okay, so the poll should be is what is that poll? Okay, okay, so an agent that four capabilities a chatbot does not. Which of one or not? Okay. Okay, so the another poll, okay, wait a minute. The another poll should be if you delete the review block from the agent slash loop.py, what kind of system do you have left? Okay, so if you remove the review block, then what could be happen? Okay, so the answer should be pipeline runs once at some exactly. So that is through gives you whatever comes out, stops, no quality check, no retry, the review block, so 50 line of code and the difference between and, it be okay. So the review block will be more important. And then we move to the loop. Okay. Okay, so everyone tired, right? Or we go. Are you tired? Getting tired? Or we can go. Okay, so we can go. Okay. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so the loop. Okay, so in the terms you already know, think, plan, execute, review, and update. So the same loop, but now let me explain in terms you already understand because sometimes the technical version needs a real world anchor. Okay, so that's what we created this slide exactly. So think. Okay, so what think is? So a surgeon reading a patient files before operating, the surgeon didn't just walk into the room and start cutting the body parts like that. So they just read the case and understand the history, know the plan, same thing. The agents read the goal and any feedback from the last attempt, then before doing anything. Okay, so and then plan. Okay, so plan is okay. Zomato routing engine. You open Zomato, say I want biryani. You don't tell it like which restaurant and which delivery partner and which route and which bike the delivery partner should come. So it figure out all that. That is the planner. Okay, given a goal, it decides the steps. Okay, so and then execute. In execute, the delivery rider actually pick up the order and delivery, not planning to deliver. Okay, actually delivering. Uh, Writing the tools in sequence, that should be real actions and real outputs. Okay, so that is what the review is and the update. Okay, so while deliver Zomato ordered and the rider will come in, so what we are saying, so GPS rotating. So GPS rotating when there is a traffic and look at the key insight at the bottom. So the agent does not randomly retry when it fails. It updates its state based on the concerned reason, just like GPS rerouting. So it's directed self-correction and not something like a random retry. Okay, so that is what the loop is. Okay, so I hope you will completely understand the loop concept. Okay, it's like the how the loops work and what are the strings or in this thing. Okay, so I will give you the another question. What is the right function signature for every tool in the workshop agent? Okay, actually I missed to do another code. So your Foundry agent reviewer always passes output of loop 1 with a score of 8. So a judge test it will very weak input. So what is mostly likely wrong? Okay, so the question is, okay, please understand the question. So your Foundry agent reviewers always passes output on loop 1 with a score of 8. So a judge test in weak, very weak input. So what is most likely wrong? Okay, so the answer is pause threshold is too low. The reviewer is not strict enough. Yes, exactly. So if you guys are strict or if your teacher is strict, then only you will learn things more. Okay. So if the reviewer pause everything, it's not reviewing, it's rubber stamping like that. So raise your threshold to 8 or 9 and write specific criteria like judges know immediately when a reviewer has a low bar. Okay, so they test weak inputs on us. Okay, so we understand what are the things we understand now. So the loop, the concepts and the LLMs and all the stuff. So now what next? Okay, so the next concept could be tools. So this is something like a and for the AI agents. Okay, so the tools, okay, how agents act, scheduling, and when they run. Okay, so the tool is something like LLM tool you can create using LLM, something like what we will see now. And API tools is something like you will create or you have any API keys which can read and write the operations. Okay, so that is what the API is. Okay, so which real external data, Google Weather, News, APIs, or Zoho CRM. This is what you want for your CP2. Okay, CP2 demo. And level 3. Level 3 is action tool. So that's something irreversible. Sending an email, create a database record by itself, get this behind the reviewer step. Only fires after the reviewer approves. Okay, so the level 4 is MCP. More people, I think so, MCP no. So it's standardized open protocol. More than that in tool slides. Okay, so the key insights. Okay, so the key insights at the bottom is a tool is just a single Python function, one file, one function, one job. You can just open problem finder.py in the repo. In 60 lines of code, one function, one job, find the target users and the pain point. That's the goal. Okay, so we can also open, okay, tools, problem definer. Okay, it could be, so this is the purposes. Okay, so this is very simple code, simple line of code, only 51 lines, including the prompts. So the just think like what is the field of problem statement and target audience, target users, everything. Okay, so this is a simple prompt, simple tool. Okay, we have 4 tools: idea change challenger, problem definer, solution architect, and submission writer. Okay, these are the 4 tools used to create the CP1. So the thing you guys are going to create is CP1. So how will you create the CP1? Okay, so before we create the CP1, we create the another poll. We start answer the another poll. The poll is, okay, so what does MCP solves in AI development? Okay. Okay, provides a standardized interface. So any AI can connect to any tool, eliminate custom integration. Exactly what the answer is. Okay, I will publish the answer. Okay, so before going into that scheduling, so we have 3 more these slides. Okay, so the first thing is scheduling. Okay, scheduling. So there is 3 types. Con. Okay, con is time based like run at 9 a.m. every day. Okay, so webhook is something like event based. So if anything fires, something like any form is submitted or any emails arrive, then the agent will open. Okay, so then polling. So polling is condition based. Check if the stock is below threshold every 5 minutes for your Foundry project. On demand is fine. So, but adding one line, this agent runs automatically at every 9 a.m. daily. Okay, gives you the point on autonomy rubric. Okay, ABS AP scheduler is free, I think so. So that is very 3 line of code. So you can directly integrate that AP scheduler into your any project. Okay, so the name is AP scheduler. Okay, so then we move into the MCP. So MCP, I think everyone knows MCP. Okay, so MCP, we just look at the diagram: GitHub, Copilot, and Google Drive, Notion, Slack, Salesforce, all connected to one AI brain in the center. That is MCP. That is a simple thing. So before MCP, connecting your AI to Google Drive need some custom code with the APIs. Need to connect to Notion, need different custom code. Every integration was one of project. Okay, so MCP says one standard interface. Any AI that can speak MCP can connect to any tools that speak MCP. Okay, that is the key inside. MCP is something like a USB-C. So everyone using USB-C. It is a universal charging universal charging port, right? So likewise, MCP is a USB-C for AI. Okay, so we can connect all the tools using using MCP to AI. Okay, look at the bottom of the diagram. So there is 3 level custom Python tool at the bottom, REST API in the middle, and MCP server at the top. Okay, so that is the progression. So you start with custom Python functions in agents, and for your final submission, or in your, if you come into finals in SRM University, you move at least one tool to real API calls. For production after Foundry, you publish your tools and as a MCP server. So this is what MCP server is. So you guys just answered option B for MCP solves in AI development. So yes, eliminate customer integration, GitHub, Notion, Slack. They are all the MCP servers like Cloud Code also connect to all the native through MCP. So when we see Cloud Code reading your GitHub issues or Slack email, that is MCP in action. So they will read and they will write through the MCP server. Okay, so you now you know what that is from in the inside of MCP. Okay, so then we move to skills and instruction. So I think we move to final stuff. Okay, there is 2 concepts, skills and instruction. Mostly they are same, but they are different. Okay, so look at this left slide. Skills. So the formula is tool plus documentation plus example plus constraints equal to skill. So the code is same. The difference is everything around the code. Okay, maybe the command block at the top that explains what it goes, when to use it, what a good output looks like, and the white coding prompt to safely modify it. So, okay, so we open problem definer. Okay, where is problem? Okay, so we open problem definer in the repo. So look at the top command block. Okay, so here you will mention the purpose, what this do, what this does, why it exists as a separate file, and why how to customize. So this all thing will be we mentioned earlier. Okay, so with this exact Copilot prompt, that command blocks is the skill documentation. Without it, Copilot has guessed like what the file is, and with that Copilot know exactly like this is the file, this is the purpose for this file, so this is the purpose for this separate file. So likewise. Okay, so in the right side of this slide is instruction. Okay, so there is 4-layer stack, persona at the top, and then capabilities, and then constraints, and then fallback. Okay, so why we highlighted, why is fallback highlighted? Because it is most important one and the most forgotten. So everyone will forget this, but it will be the most important. Most beginners like you build agents that work great on happy path inputs. They crash on anything weird. Why? Okay, that is why the fallback you guys are doing. So why? Because there is no fallback instruction. So if the problem occurs, so without a fallback, agent it's an unknown state. So LLM predicts the most likely next thing. Okay, which is confidently sounding wrong answer. So your code tries to paste it as JSON decode error, demo crashes in front of judges, in startup of judges. With fallback, you can't complete the step, return status need input, missing something. So this 3 line saves every live demo. Okay, so the key insight is the fallback is critical. Instruction, if you can't complete this, return structured error, never guesses. Okay, the error is fine, but if it guess and give the wrong input is completely wrong. Okay, so yeah, we try to start the another. Okay, is my screen is visible, right? Okay, so the thing is, okay. So if my screen is not visible, please let me know. So now I turned off the screen. Okay. Okay, so the question is, a customer submits a support from your website. You want your agent to start processing it immediately. Which scheduling method did you choose? Okay. Okay, so the right answer would be event-based webhook. Fire when the form submitted even fires. Correct. And then the another poll is, what specifically makes a tool file a skill in agent architecture? Okay, so I think we are going to complete in next 5 minutes, and then we start creating the agent. Okay, so yes, please be fast, be attentive, and be ready. Okay. Okay, so the final question is, which layer of instruction do most beginners forget? Okay, I think you guys will never forget this thing hereafter. Okay, so that is fallback. Exactly. Okay. Okay, so I think my screen is visible now. Okay, so the next slide is ooks. Okay, so people know ooks. I think so. So that is the last concept, hooks and custom agents. So look at the diagram. One box in the center, agent slash loop.py, and arrows goes out to 4 different interface: Streamlight UI, WhatsApp bot, REST API, Telegram. So how does the same loop.py power all? Okay, so that is what the hooks is. Okay, the on step and on log callbacks. Okay, so the loop does not know which interface is running. It just fires on step, think, activate. Okay, and trust that whoever called it registered something sensible. So the Streamlight UI registered a function that update the step cards. Okay, well, so that's update the step cards. Yeah, WhatsApp bot would register a function that sends a WhatsApp message, the same loop, different hooks, zero changes to loop.py. Okay, so the thing is on step and on log only differs. Okay, so what is custom agents? Okay, so the right side of the slide. So 5 steps: define the goal, design the tools, maximum 3 to 5, write instructions, define review criteria, write Claude.md before coding. Okay, not only Claude, anything like customs instructions or anything. That last one, write documentation before coding, is the most counterintuitive but most important. Okay, your Claude.md is your architecture. If you can't write it, you didn't understand your own project well enough yet. Okay, so first you need to understand. Okay, so that is what the thing is. And CP1. Okay, so what you're going to do? Okay, so I need to know how many of you are going to attend the hackathon. How many of you didn't going to attend the hackathon? So how many of you going to attend the hackathon? So my voice is breaking, sir. Sounds like a violent playing. Kindly recheck the internet. Okay. Okay. So is my voice is audible now? Okay. Okay. Great. 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 Okay. So just tell me who is not attending? So I think I get 2 responses over 127. Okay. So one no. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to build is, okay, CP1 submission. CP1, which means checkpoint 1. So for uh, the hackathon. Okay, so those who didn't join hackathon, no issues. So the same concepts for agentic AIs. Okay, so now, okay, live build time. Look at the slide. Left side project overview for. Okay, so 5 capabilities: define, target users, and urgency. I hope my screen is visible. Okay, and architect the solution and loop design, and write the formatted CP1, score it 1 to 10, self correct if the score is below 7. Okay, that's it. That's the agent we about to clone and run. Okay, so the right side is the 3 terminal command that all the setup is git clone, pip install, or requirements.txt, and then let's do it. Okay, so everyone please open your terminal in your laptop or in your desktop or in any virtual machines or anything. And then type git clone. Okay, so I will send this GitHub URL again. So everyone know like how to git clone, right? So git clone. So I sent through message itself. So git clone. So this is compulsory for everyone to create their own agent and then give screenshots to GForm, attendance GForm. Okay, so once the git clone is created, then done, then write cd space StudAI Foundry LaunchPad.git. Actually, the thing is, here also we mentioned this installation guide. Where is it? Okay, so here you will see the installation guide. So in GitHub, so you just go down. So in step 2, you will see on Windows, you need just copy everything and paste into your Windows. Or if you are using Mac or Linux, you just copy this and paste into it. Okay, and then open Grok. Okay, Grok console, and use any your own accounts, Google accounts or anything. Okay, so I just log in with my Google account. Okay, so once logged in, you will see API stuffs. Okay, we'll wait. Okay, so once logged in, you will see this API keys, and you just create a new API called Foundry. So you can use any API names. Okay, so once verified, you just submit, you will receive one API key. So just copy the API key. Okay, just copy the API key and okay, so just copy, no need to paste anywhere. So just copied, I will paste here. I didn't did anything. And open CMD. Okay, command prompt in my system. I hope my screen is visible. So type git clone. Okay, so I just copy paste that. Okay, so I just copy this entire paste in. Okay, so cloning into StudAI Foundry LaunchPad and then CD StudAI Foundry LaunchPad. Okay, so ls. Okay, so this is not a Linux, so the Alex is not working. Okay, so we install PHP install or requirements.txt. Okay, so here PHP is not recognized as an internal or external command. So many people get this error because you didn't install PHP. Okay, so you just go to Google and install like PHP install. That's it. So you will receive some link. Okay, so any link. So first thing I will use. So here they mentioned Python PHP install. Okay. Okay, so if you already installed Python, use that Python. Using that Python, you can install the PIP. So once install the PIP, then use the same code. Okay, so the requirement is 3 files only. I think so, 3 files. So the 3 files is grok and Streamlight for UI and python.tnv. That is for environmental. So this is 3 requirement stuff only. So once done, okay, so I will use Copilot to run the code. Okay, so it's already running for me. Okay, so I just open this. Okay, so once you've done, so this is the UI you will see. Okay, so all inputs okay, and open browser like localhost 8501 or 2. So you are in. How many of you completed? How many of you completed? Okay, so the Git clone is something like you need to install Git. Okay, so if Git is not available, just install Git install in Windows. So you get this link, go to this link, and here you select the Windows and download. Here you just click download and install, and then open again. Okay, so from this GitHub you will see this all the codes. Okay, GitHub git clone and CD StudAI Foundry Launchpad PHP install or requirements.txt. then copy.env. So in .env, you just put your grok file, or else you can directly put your API in the website. Okay, so I directly put my API in my website. So in this configuration, you directly put your website or grok API. Okay, so the grok API is fixed. So here we mentioned how it works. Okay, so first it will think and it will plan, it will execute, review. If the score is above 7, if the score is above 7, it will give the output. If not, it will again go to think, plan, execute, review, update. So this is the thing. So what the exact file? Okay, so all the files is available in GitHub, Copilot, GitHub repo, which we shared already. So loop.py is run the 5-step cycle. Okay, it will never change. Okay, and the planner.py. So the planner.py is LLM turns to JSON action plan. Okay, and executor is something like root plan tools function. Okay, and reviewer is it will analyze the score based on your idea. Okay, so and then tools. In the tools, we have 4 tools. The tool number 1, problem definer. So we initially upload the problem. It will analyze the problem, and then it will analyze the solution architect, design the solution. It will advocate the idea challenger, okay, in a critical manner, and then submission. So the final submission should be why this is autonomous. So the reviewer scores each field individually. If the overall score is above 9, it tells the agent which field to improve, and then the agent tries again. And then here you can change the models or anywhere. Okay, so we try. Okay, so we try one idea. Okay, so here you can once you install the GitHub, so you can change any codes. Okay, any codes, any real-time use case, anything you can change. Okay, so I use this problem for CP1 submission draft. Okay, so this is very basic autonomous thing system. So you guys need to create one system in hackathon, like if it is CRM, I mean, so the CRM will think like who is the lead. Okay, so how we take care of the lead. Okay, how we change the lead. So that is what you need to think. So you just go to ChatGPT and ask this. So that will give the brainstorm, and you can create some the PRD files and all other stuffs, and go to Copilot. And here, okay, so here we created this. Okay, so this is master prompt, and then I created Claude.md to create this overall project, and the tree.md, this is for human understanding. So this is what you see in the GitHub Copilot, GitHub code, and these are the codes. Okay, yeah, that's it. A very simple code. So like this only, this is a basic stuff. So if you completed this, you will almost complete the CP1, the checkpoint 1 for a hackathon. You may win the first level of hackathon. Okay, so we try example. Okay, so the AI tutor for engineering students in India. Okay, I just copy this and paste it here. Okay. Okay. So the idea is the AI tutor agent for engineering students in India that create personalized study plan based on the semester syllabus. Okay, past exam papers and week topics delivered via WhatsApp with daily 15 minutes micro lessons and practice questions. Okay, so the agent autonomously adjusts difficulty based on the quiz performance. Okay, so till this is something like a AI. Okay, after this line will make the normal AI to the agentic AI, autonomous agentic AI. Okay, so the AI will think based on the user quiz performance, and then it will work. Okay, so I will check with this. Okay, so first it will think, okay, it activated, and then it will plan, okay, and then it will execute, okay, review, okay, update, self-correction skipped, okay, why skip? Okay, so because the scores are 8, already 8. So the thing is, there is two different things. Why we using Grok API now? So the Grok API is not much better like Claude or ChatGPT. Okay, so this is like open source model. You can open to customize these models. Okay, if you have OpenAI models, you just like uh, change to so if you have this really change. Okay, okay, done. So yeah, that's it. So that is what like what I did is okay. And tools, like what are the tools we're going to use? Okay, okay. So WhatsApp API, Google Form APIs for quizzes, okay, tab research API. Okay, this is for internet, LangChain for agentic AI, Hugging Face transformers. Okay, great. Okay, so here this is what the CP1 is. Okay, the CP1 is something like we need the exact thing what you're going to do. Okay, so this is what you guys are creating now. Okay, so yes, I go to the live dashboard. Okay, so these are the things you guys see, and your turn. Yes, you can customize. Now the most important part for the whole session, customize this for your own Foundry project. Okay, so I think many people didn't attend hackathon. It's okay, but we will tell you what is the benefits in the hackathon. So before that, while you are attending the hackathon, so you can use the same file and use for your own project. Okay, the exact prompt you are going to paste in next 10 minutes. Let me walk into it. So first line, I want to, okay, I want to build an autonomous agent that handles, okay, okay, for example, if it is student, okay, so I want to build an autonomous agent that handles student hostel complaint query at dash college, okay, any college, and draft resolution responses. Not I want to build a college agent. Okay, not I want to build a college agent. So what I mentioned is I want to create one student hostel, okay, student hostel complaint queries and draft resolution responses. Okay, this is not for entire college agent. Okay, the second line is highlighted. Keep agent slash loop.py and main.py exactly as they are. So this is the consistent in the formula. Copilot must respect this. The loop never changes. Okay, the third thing is then you list 3 tools, like name them and describe each job. Okay, then update available tools in planner.py with the new names. Okay, I hope my voice is audible, right? Okay, if my voice is audible and my screen is visible. Okay, great. Okay. Yes, so you just go open GitHub Copilot chat and paste the prompt and fill in the blanks, like what you guys want to change, what you guys want to build autonomous system. So that is literally uh, you guys will do. Okay, let's do it. And that is the activity for next 8 minutes. Okay, so once you completed, you can upload that study Foundry, what is the new plan is. You can upload the screenshot in the attendance form, and you may use the same CP1 response for your CP1 hackathon also. Okay, we'll see what this hackathon will do, what we are actually doing. So this is something I actually wants to tell you. So actually, look at the slide. It's not something like a chatbot hackathon. Build system that think, plan, execute, review, and update. So now I think you know everything. Every single one of these words means we will run an agent that does all 5. So your Foundry submission is this, but for your domain, your own domain. So the 3 tracks: campus and community, SMB or business, or workflow or ops, or if you have any own idea, if you have any own startup idea, you can also pitch that in an innovation phase. You don't need to stick only these 3 tracks. You can able to do for your own tracks. So this is point number 1. So the point number 2, what we get in this hackathon. Okay, so if you are selected, if you are doing well, so everyone will receive the recognitions, or if you are going to start a startup, the initial base, the AWS, Amazon AWS will sponsor you up to 2 lakhs. Okay, for every people, every startups, the Amazon AWS will give up to 2 lakhs for your startup. Okay, everyone who attend the hackathon, who submit the CP1 and CP2. Okay, everyone. Okay, so this is point number 1. And the point number 2 is, if you submitted and you are selected, means, so in final round, if your first prize is 5,000, 50,000 INR, and second prize is 20,000, 30,000, and third prize is 20,000. And for all this, we give trophies, certificates, cloud credits from Google, Azure, and AWS. This is for your initial cloud things for your AI. Okay, for your AI projects, you don't need to pay anything to start your business. Everything we will take care for you. So we will create one community. Okay, we will going to create one community. For the community only, we are acquiring interested students around the South India. So that is the main reason for this hackathon. And every participant receives the participation certificates and the AWS credits up to 2 lakhs. And then those, if you are doing well, if you are selected in a final round, you are going to pitch in national television. Okay, in Vijay TV. That opportunity we will create, okay, for you through the Startup Singham program. Okay, so this is the main thing. Okay, so from Startup Singham, they can invest up to crores. Okay, based on your thing. Startup Singham is something like really Indian Shark Tank. Okay, on Vijay TV. So real investors, real money, and every team that reached the final round grand finale on SRM IST on March 30. Every single team get the opportunity to pitch their project on the show. Okay, so this is the thing. We are planning to create the startup ecosystem in the field of AI. So if you are an engineering student, as SRM or any other college, you build an autonomous AI agent in next 10 days with what I teach you now. Okay. If you are able to do in next 10 days, you present in on March 30, the investor in Startup Singham audience sees it. Okay, entire nation. This is not something like hypothetical. This is something like pipeline we built. Okay, some of the peoples in the Zoom call right now will be on stage. Okay, this Zoom call will be on stage. I genuinely believe that this question is whether you start tonight or you say maybe next time. So that is completely belongs to you. So that is the only reason why we didn't stop the hackathon registration. If you are still interested, or if you are able to do the hackathon well, yes, you can be participate in the hackathon and you can win. Okay, so that is the concept. And if you are interested, you can go through StudAI1/Foundry. And the main thing is, if you don't have any team members, no need to worry. You can do in your own self. Okay. So then in final stage, if you need team, you can add. Okay. That is not a worry. But this registration will open only by today. It will not open tomorrow or anything. It will open only today. If you want this opportunity, you can. Okay, that's it. And if you have any questions, you can ask. The attendance link will give you shortly. If you have any questions, you can ask, please. Anyone? Sir, how many levels of hackathon there? Okay, the level is only 3. So first level is CP1. CP1, if you completed this task, the CP1 is already completed. And then is CP2. CP2 is something you need to create through the API. And CP3 is final. Okay, there is 3 levels. Okay, so what you need to submit exactly? So you need to submit the, you need to create StudAI Foundry LaunchPad, okay, in your own, okay, and then screenshot the output and post upload in the attendance form. That's it. No, all 3 levels are not offline. Only the final round is offline. And I am currently pursuing BCK along with that time. Okay, so you can able to create, like, you need to understand what the real problem is. Okay, so Naveen, you can need to understand what the real problem is. Based on the problem, you need to brainstorm and create the tools based for that. Okay, we can tips to winning the hackathon. The problem statement should be strong. Okay, so that is the important tip. The problem statement should be strong. And we use any API. Yes, you can use any APIs. Anything you can use. You can use entire AI system, anything, but the output should be good. Okay, so if you deployed, you just open this website and okay, like this. Okay, you just screenshot this slide. Okay, and then you post in the form. That's it. Okay. So once you deploy, just screenshot this and the local host the meeting, right? So you just screenshot that and put that in. Yes, you can use N8N for creating project for an hackathon. Yes, you can, but the UI should be a website, not N8N. Okay, you can create the flow in N8N, but you can connect that through your website, through webhooks. Okay, so if anyone, please share your feedback here. So I will check like, so this is the feedback request. Did you understand like what's going on? Yeah, you can choose any domain, no restrictions, any domain, anything. Okay, so I will post the Google form now. So everyone please complete the Google form and then you can leave. Okay, so CP1, CP2, you will see in the Foundry website. Okay, so like what are the things you need to submit? You can see the Foundry website. The Foundry will be open. Okay, so now, so I will share you the deck, like what we mentioned. So here you will see like overall things like how to create, what is LLM and what is prompts, what is hooks, what is EMD files, instructions, everything you will receive. Okay, the recording session will be deployed in YouTube.